at this moment, and that we have the opportunity to reflect on our lives in light of sacred scripture. I keep thinking, my people, and how many times in our lives we also let a project of freedom fall to ground simply because we don't have the courage to put our feet in the water. So many things fail to happen in our lives. So much liberation fails to become a reality simply because we don't have the courage to challenge the seas that tell us here that they frighten us, that threaten us. I've never seen a person grow up being afraid and not taking steps. I've never seen a person win, overcoming the difficulties of life, accommodated in its context. It will always be an act of courage, of putting our feet in that place that frightens us. Psychology teaches us that in order to overcome a trauma, we have to face it head-on. The more we fear, the more that reality that frightens us gains power over us. The phobia. It is precisely that exacerbated fear of a certain reality that can only be cured. This phobia can only be cured as the person begins to have small contacts, which cannot be all at once, because otherwise the trauma sets in, even more definitive, gradually. That person comes into contact with a reality that provokes a phobia, which is a fear. I am out of control, because it is one thing for me to be afraid, another for me to have a phobia. A phobia is already a mental state that requires great care. A person, for example, by having a phobia and being exposed to this reality that provokes a phobia in them, can have a heart attack. But with therapeutic help, that person gradually comes into contact in controlled portions, right? It is wisely established there is a goal as a process is procedural. Until that phobia is said, it is done. That's how we grow. Sometimes we look at the sea, think it's too big, but as we risk putting our foot in it, towards that great challenge that until then frightened us, we will encourage ourselves until we are on the other side. It's like losing weight. It's like taking on a healthy life. In the beginning, it's all very difficult. We think, I won't be able to get to the other side. And suddenly, day after day, we experience this courage that allows us to get to the other side. It's like overcoming addiction. If you propose someone who smokes, for example, let's take the simplest of addictions, cigarettes, and you say to her, let's quit smoking, that sea is immense before her. It immediately causes a fear of failure, of not being able to reach the other side because she knows. While she is tied to that cigarette, she knows very well the meaning of that dependence. If I can't go 1 hour without smoking, imagine a whole day. Imagine 2341 weeks, a month, a year. Well, yes, but no one quits smoking without overcoming the first hour, without overcoming the second, without overcoming the third, fourth, the first day, the second, the third, the fourth, first month, first year. Is that all? God strengthens our will as we exercise that will. God gives us support and ground as we are willing to walk. Any and all marks that could threaten our lives. Could they come? By land, the oppressive power that he exerts. Over us, over me, over you. It could come by land as we take steps towards that victory. Didn't you spare the people of Israel? Don't expect him to spare you or me. You asked the people to march, to take steps toward that future. He would not do for the people what the people should do. And the sad and painful message had to be given by Pastor Moses. It was Moses who needed, first, to experience the challenge of that order. It was Moses who needed, before people, experience that prophetic courage of walking toward the insect. And then the miracle happened. The miracle happened because the people had the courage and challenged their fears. The fears that lived in the hearts of those people. The fears that until then had been so great. They had been very great, great, and the more fear the people felt. But that power, enslaving and tying the feet of those people to that soil. But when the voice of the Lord challenged these people to establish this fight, the miracle was happening as each step was taken towards that sea. Maybe you too today are in need of the same miracle. So I hope God comes to do it for you, you see? It's our task. It's our task because he knows that if we practice daily in cultivating these victories, we will go far as people. We will go far. We will build resistance. I'm sure you've met many people like that, resistant, resistant fighters. Have you already accomplished so much? And I know that you have also encountered weak people who can't handle anything, who complain about everything, who, faced with any little problem, fall apart. You just have to choose who you want to be. Who you want to be limiting isn't an external thing, you know? It's about assuming external behavior. I'm not talking about that mysticism of the imitation of Christ. When the first Christians began to identify that non-observance of the life of Christ, there was a behavior being incorporated, this imitation brush. When you look at the victorious, those who had to challenge their seas daily, or those failures who were surrendered to the power of their fears, whom do we want to follow? Whom do we want to imitate? Our happiness depends on this answer. Our fulfillment depends on this choice. Whom will we follow? Will we place our feet toward this future, certain that God is acting in us, motivating us and encouraging us? Or will we accept the context of slavery and die before our time because of it? Yes, slavery offers us no other destiny than an early death. We anticipate our death many years. Every time we neglect our body, every time we take on vicious habits, every time we lose the opportunity to continue God's creative process, which was initiated in our mother's womb when we breathed, we were breath 12 when we received the inaugural breath, which will only end on the day we take our last breath. It is a beautiful project to live, placing our life in a constant process of displacement, overcoming struggle and victory.